You guys, I usually talk about stuff that's safe, to be honest. Things that can help you, but things that won't hurt me at the same token. But I'm getting to a point in my life where what's more important? The people who are going to be here after me or me preserving my life by not saying things that can potentially get me in trouble? For instance, for realistic terms, why should I be afraid or apprehensive in regards to getting in trouble? I only got one mother and one father. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should only be afraid of your mother and your father, and that's out of respect. You feel me? What are they gonna do? Kill me? I already gotta die anyway. Stupid. I already gotta die anyway. You already gotta die anyway. Everybody gotta die. You feel me? And I don't view it as death like most people view it. I view it as passing on to another place, which would be a lot less stressful than the place that we're currently in. So check this out. I've amassed so much data, but I usually keep it to myself and I speak it from mouth to ear when I see people. But when I see a bunch of things like this, what's going on right now, happening, and they're trying to trigger things to get people to react in a specific way, it kind of pisses me off. And I'm dangerous when I get pissed off, man. I know that sounds like some Hulk stuff, but it's dead serious. I'm dangerous when I get pissed off. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. See, they're trying to call me right now to shut me up. No, we're not doing that. Seriously, bruh, I am watched by a bunch of different groups. And that's because of what I know. But here we go. So, I know you guys been hearing about different theories in regards to Charlie Kirk, different theories about Three Eye Atlas, different theories about what's going on in regards to ICE, different theories about everything that's going on now. But I'm gonna start off with the elephant, which was Charlie. This man spoke to people, telling them that he was in fear of his life 24 hours before he got killed. This man had an interview, I believe 3 days before he got killed, talking about a specific group. That specific group, if you do your research, basically owns America. If you ever noticed, there's no conflict with these guys. Yet, we always run to their aid. If we have conflict, do they come to our aid? Do they send us troops? Do they send us food? Do they send us refuge? No. It's a one-sided thing. And I need you guys to ask yourself, why do you think that is? I also need you to do some research in regards to that six-pointed star that they represent. How they're able to shut everybody down. Like Kanye, when he came out talking about him, they try to, what they call cancel him. For what? Stating the obvious? Like, what do y'all think we are? Y'all think we're a bunch of idiots that just love to consume, and that's it? No, brother. No, sister. We are the ones that are creators. We created before you were even here. You didn't even arrive until 1681. Legally, you didn't arrive till 1681. And some would say you didn't even exist up until 10,000 years ago on this planet. So where did you come from? Who do you work for? Who's pulling your strings? People don't understand what's really going on. So yesterday, I'm gonna give you, for instance, so there's a trickle effect in regards to that type of energy. There was a woman of African descent, clearly from Africa because I can hear her accent. She was trying to be really rude towards me and an elderly couple that I take care of. I felt it in my soul, have discernment. She only spoke a couple of words to me. And I told my client, I was like, I don't think we should go back to that line. I don't like that lady's energy, right? My client was like, oh no, she's good. We're gonna go back. So we went and got the ticket from the counter because she forgot her Sam's Club card. So she went and got the ticket. We went back to Sam's Club, the line and whatnot. And now the lady was being even more rude. Oh, now mind you, my client's in a wheelchair. Oh no, your products have to be on this line, and you have to be on this side. And gee, her products are inside of her wheelchair because she had a motorized wheelchair with a card on the front. You feel me? So how's she gonna separate herself from her products? All that was a person who spent most of their life not having control over any of their life, really, finally get in a position of what they think is power, so-called power, and abusing it, but not abusing it towards the people who have abused you, but abusing it towards the people who you feel as if you can get away with it on. Now, how many people do you see on a daily basis that talk to their own people like trash, but they go across the road, yes sir, yes ma'am, all that blah 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 blah. Bruh, if you're going yes sir, yes ma'am, anybody, yes sir and yes ma'am, your people. And not to say that they're not human, so humankind, all that whatnot, but genetically speaking, we don't know what people are. We don't know what people are. And when there's anybody in question, they get cremated. I wonder why they get cremated, so you can't do the genetic exploration to find out what their gene pool actually is. This is wild when you start thinking about it. Another thing, like off the subject of the Charlie Kirk guy, because you already know what's up with that, man. He was assassinated by someone close, put it like that. His whole security detail was Israeli. Whole security detail. But you're gonna go and speak out against their people. Who do you think they have more loyalty to? The guy who's talking shit about where they come from, or their leader from where they come from? And what they say, hit dog holler. So the guy, the leader, I don't even want to say that man's name because he don't deserve none of my power. But the leader of that nation came out, no, we didn't have nothing to do with it. If you didn't have nothing to do with it, you wouldn't even expect yourself to be a suspect. You would only respond when somebody accuses you. Who took my ice cream? What the fuck are you talking about? I ain't take it. Guilty. You guys don't understand. This is a really dangerous topic, bro. 3i Atlas swooping by right now. You got 3i Atlas swooping by right now. So what are they trying to do? Distract you from the energies of recreation. Distract you from the energies of retribution. Distract you from the energies of sovereignty. Those are the energies that that's bringing. Did you hear about that new telescope that they set up since the government shut down and they took away their telescopes? So we had another telescope that was set up. It's a 3 gigapixel camera that can get a large view of the sky versus just a pointed view of the sky. And with that, within the first, I believe 24 hours, they sighted over 2,000 more ships that are flying in synchronicity, in unity, in the same trajectory as 3i Atlas, with the same green hue, with the same nuclear signature. Actually, the smaller vessel's signature was higher than that of 3i Atlas, enough to power, I believe, like couple cities with one vessel, nuclear wise. That's pure energy. That's what's being shipped to us right now. That's what's being projected through the sun, and they want you to go put on sunscreen so you don't get none of that energy. You need it. You need that energy for your upgrade. And I'm not talking about no hooky spooky dookie bull crap, man. I'm talking about spiritual, real knowledge that's been going on since eternity. We always knew to go to the sun, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. What sun do you think they talking about? The S-U-N, not the S-O-N, my G's. The sun. That's why you think they had a whole day contributed. I mean, yes, a whole day attributed to the sun. Sunday. And you're only supposed to do worship on what? Sunday, to the Son of God. Let's talk about the actual sun. Now, there's something called the inner sun in us, the solar plexus. There's a connection there. You need the energies from the sun. We're like plants, walking plants. It's just like that. You need water, nutrients. What plants need? And sunlight. Water, nutrients, sunlight. That's all we need to survive. You don't need none of that other bullcrap. You don't need pharmaceuticals. I'm sitting outside of a medical facility right now, and more people come to these places and leave more messed up than they came. Yes, symptoms subside. You don't feel pain, but is the problem cured? Not treated. Is it cured? Bro, we got cures. There's no treatments needed. We have cures on this planet. How you think the people that are unseen survive for 141 years? There's a black lady alive right now. Last time I checked, she was 141. So now she's probably like 143 years old. She's an herbalist. That's how she survives, is with herbs. And the moonlight, she says she works with the moonlight and the sunlight. What's the moonlight? Just a reflection of the freaking sun. But it's cooler. You guys don't understand what's really going on. There's distraction on distraction on distraction on distraction. Yes, this is people's lives that are being used as distractions. Yes, this is something that's really, really vital. You got people dying. You got people in jail, prison. You got people being exposed. It's a distraction, my dude. What's really important in life? The newest gossip or your elevation to the next level so that you can help your generations after to come? What's more important? What's more important? Is it more important for you to be viewed as somebody who got a lot, or be viewed as somebody who's politically correct, or be viewed as somebody who's accepted, or be viewed as a man who stood tall for his future generations to come? For anybody who's going to be seeing this, for anybody who's going to be here after. It's not just about us. And if you know something about real life is cyclical. It's a circle, and if you do it right, it becomes a spiral. From a different perspective, it's a spiral. The circle of life. No, 2D. That's 2D. If you live in the circle of life, you're living 2D. If you live in the spiral of life, you live in 3D. Then we can go on from there to 4 and 5D. Doesn't matter. We're in the 3D right now. You should be going upwards. And when you get back to that position that you were in, you should be on a higher level, higher level, higher level. Each single time, brother. Each single time, sister. What are we wasting our time on? Stop wasting your time. You got to find a new movie to watch every day because you hate your life. You got to find a new freaking album to listen to because you don't want to listen to your consciousness talking to you and telling you you're doing nothing with your life. You're distracting yourself. And you're letting others distract you too. For what? So you can have something to talk about when you go to work. But you see them lions, man? Them cowboys. How about them cowboys? How about you get your fucking ass on a farm and be a cowboy yourself? How about real cowboys? How about the fact that they're taking the land away from American farmers and giving it to Chinese farmers, selling it to Chinese farmers? How about the fact that over 50% of the beef production comes from Chinese farms? How about the fact that, nothing against Chinese people, because if you know me, I love people, but I hate evil people. I hate evil people. How about the fact that all this weed that you're smoking, that you get from them shops, has pesticides on it? How about the fact that it's making you dumb? How about the fact that it's shortening your life? How about the fact that it's making you impotent, infertile? How about that fact? How about the fact that they put sawdust, which is consistent of a bunch of different chemicals, pesticides, and wood, in a barrel, and they burn it in these greenhouses to keep mold off, but instead of keeping the mold off, just keeping the mold off, it pollutes the weed. And you wonder why they said it's legal now for you to smoke. When it was pure weed, when it was pure marijuana, it wasn't legal because it was elevating you. They don't want people thinking. They don't want people elevated. They want you dumb. They want you so high you can't even function. So when they come through bootlace, left, right, they sober. They on it. Your ass is intoxicated. You're off it. How about the fact that more people die of alcohol-related deaths than any other substance? But it's legal, right? How about the fact that people die from cancers, cigarettes? But it's legal, right? So it's okay, right? It's not illegal, so it's okay, right? It's not okay. Stop wasting your time on this planet, man. You get this body once. That's it. You get this body one time. You get this brain one time. Perfect it. Perfect it, yo. Perfect it, then project it to the people, so that you send a signal out to somebody else that they're not the only ones that think like that. Man, there's so much that I want to say, but I really can't. I can. Fuck it. How about the factor that in the S4 facility, they're working with the aliens, but they tell you aliens didn't exist. And then the overwhelming evidence compelled them to say that aliens exist only because other people in other governments already had disclosure with their citizens, and they're feeling like they're left behind, so they got to catch up, so they don't feel like, so the American public don't turn against them and say, you've been lying to us the whole time. No, we didn't. We told you they existed. But you didn't tell us you were working with them. You didn't tell us that you were farming us to use as resources to give to them in exchange for technology. You didn't tell them about the treaty. GREADA. Look it up. GREADA treaty. Roosevelt. Look it up. You didn't tell us about the armada that comes through, picks up 50 million humans to take off to be used as cattle on other planets. You didn't tell us that it only takes 30 minutes to get to Mars, because you found a way to make it that fast. They call it warp drive now. You didn't tell these people nothing, G. And it saddens me. Stop eating these foods that they give you too. Do the calculations real quick in your mind. You have, let's just say you got 9 billion humans, right? You have 9 billion cattle or cows. One day, one human eats a cow. How do you have cows every day being served at McDonald's? There's not even enough, do the mathematics, there's not even enough cattle on the planet to supply the McDonald's chain worth of beef alone. Then do the math No, do the research and find out that the FBI themselves have disclosed that there's been human remains inside of every one of the distribution facilities, I'm sorry, every one of the manufacturing facilities that has to do with McDonald's meat. Where do people go when they die? Go to your relative's grave and see if they're still there. Ask the undertaker to dig up your relative because they have a long lost heirloom that was supposed to be yours, and see what's in that casket. Now, of course, they won't use humans that are extremely diseased. So if your kin died of an extreme disease, they're probably not going to put that in the meat. But then you can't even put that past them, because these are the same people that do necromancy. These are the same people that do jinn summonings where they cover themselves in human feces. So they don't really have that many scruples left. So many things, man, that these people do, stepping inside of circles, putting hexes on people. Why do you think things happen to good people? Because there's a dark force that doesn't want the light force to be shown. So they throw shadows over them. They throw dark deceased. But there's a lot of people like me who have a bubble around them that repels return to sender. So if I were you, do independent researches, do independent studies, work out, go outside for at least 90 minutes a day in the sunlight, absorb some of that sun, stop taking drugs, stop. Yeah, I know it's a habit. Yeah, I know it can sometimes be fun and whatnot, but what's fun about being in a hospital? What's fun about losing limbs because you don't have any self-control to be able to feed yourself properly? What's fun about using all your resources for medical bills and you don't got nothing left, so you got to end up in a home because it was all about me, I, so you ain't never put forth any effort to build a real family structure so that there'll be somebody who cares about you enough to take care of you when you're in an incapacitated state. You also got to take into account there's 100-year-old people out here that are still walking, talking, moving, and grooving. How are they able to do it? Ask them. You also got to take into account there's people who are hundreds of years old. Literally, look it up. Fuck Google. Don't look it up at Google because Google is controlled. Google is very much so controlled and censored in regards to what they release to the public. And you know what? The first thing that answers you when you type something into Google, that's stupid AI. And we all seen how AI can manipulate information to get a desired effect. That desired effect is idiocracy and confusion. They don't want people like me talking. They don't want people like me. And I don't care, because I don't want them.